What happens if you give Blackbeard a modern warship in the golden age of pirates? Imagine you are a pirate. You are used to seeing wooden ships with big white sails. But today, you see something that shouldn't exist. It's a 500-foot mountain of dark gray steel. It has no masts, it has no ropes, and it's making a low, scary hum that vibrates in your teeth. This is a modern destroyer. Can Blackbeard rule the whole world with it? Or will he accidentally break the greatest weapon in history? Let's find out. Blackbeard didn't see a boat. He saw a metal demon. But here's the problem. How do you drive a spaceship when you've only ever driven a horse? The first hour is a mess. The pirates are running around screaming, touching screens with dirty hands. One pirate presses a shiny red button to see what happens. Boom! The 5-inch deck gun spins around and fires a shell that travels 4 miles before hitting the water. The pirates fall to their knees. They think the ship is alive, but Blackbeard laughs. He starts pulling every lever and slamming every button. He's having fun, but he's wasting 20% of his bullets and fuel just playing around. He's wasting everything, but he's starting to learn. He knows how to point and shoot, but now that he knows how to use a demon, who is going to stop him? A few days later, Blackbeard finds a Spanish fleet. They have 8 giant ships and 300 cannons. They think they own the Caribbean. Then Blackbeard looks at his radar. He sees the Spanish ships as little green dots on a screen. He's been waiting for this very moment for days. Now he's gonna do it. He clicks a mouse. A guided missile flies out of the deck. The Spanish sailors don't even see a ship on the horizon. They just saw their biggest warship explode into a million pieces. This isn't a battle, it's an execution. Word spreads to every port. Blackbeard has a demon ship that kills from 10 miles away. He's the most powerful man on Earth. No one can touch him. But when you are a living reaper, do you stay a pirate? Or do you try to take over entire countries? I mean, you tell me, if you were Blackbeard, what would you do? Blackbeard stops robbing small boats. He goes for the biggest prize of all. He parks the destroyer outside the city of Havana and sends a message to the mayor. Give me half of all your national gold, or I will delete this city from the map. The mayor says no. His dumbass thinks his thick stone walls can actually stop that. Anyway, Blackbeard hears the mayor's message, and now he's not very happy. Blackbeard doesn't even get out of his chair, and he clicks a button. The 5-inch gun fires 20 times in 1 minute. It's like a meteor shower hitting the fort. The stone walls turn into dust, but Blackbeard wants to hurt them forever. He launches a Tomahawk missile at the city's giant shipyards. The place where they build and fix ships is gone in a second. Havana won't be able to trade or sail for decades. Now, Blackbeard pulls up a second missile on the screen, aiming it directly at the mayor's house. The mayor sees the fire ready to launch from the deck and screams, "Stop!" He surrenders everything, 50% of the national gold. Blackbeard is now the richest man to ever live. He has so much gold that he uses it for furniture. But he forgot the most important rule of the ocean. Even a demon ship needs to eat. He has all the treasure. He thinks he's a king. But while he's celebrating, the screens in the spirit room are getting dim. What happens when the demon finally runs out of fuel? Suddenly, click. The lights flicker and go dark. The low hum of the engine stops. The ship is out of fuel. It's now just a giant, heavy, floating iron box. The pirates are terrified, but Blackbeard forces them to be silent. For 1 whole week, they sit in the dark. They don't move. They don't make a sound. 5 miles away, the British Navy is watching. They are scared to death. They think the ship is waiting for them. They think it's a trap. Blackbeard is ruling the ocean just by pretending his ship still works. It's a massive bluff. He's faking it. But how long can you stay the boss when the power is out? Is the British admiral brave enough to call his bluff? While the rest of the Navy was shaking with fear, one man was watching, Lieutenant Robert Maynard. He was a smart man who didn't believe in ghosts. He noticed that the demon ship hadn't moved a muscle in 8 days. No smoke, no lights, no rockets. Maynard called his men together in the dark. "The demon is out of fire," he whispered. "It's not watching us anymore. It's sleeping. Tonight, we wake it up." His men were terrified. They knew if Maynard was wrong, they would all be deleted by a missile before they even got close. But they trusted their leader. They checked their pistols, sharpened their swords, and got into the small rowing boats. At 3 a.m., the 200 soldiers reached the metal hull. It was pitch black. They used grappling hooks to grab the railings and climbed up in total silence. Not a single word was spoken. When they stepped onto the deck, it felt like landing on another planet. It was cold, hard, and strange. They found a heavy metal door that was left open and stepped inside. Suddenly, they were in a steel maze. It was a labyrinth of dark hallways and tight corners. They had to feel their way along the walls. Finally, they heard something, the sound of snoring. They followed the noise into a room where 80 pirates were sleeping on the floor, exhausted and hungry. A soldier tripped over a metal pipe, and his sword hit the floor with a loud clang. A pirate woke up and screamed. Then, everything turned into a nightmare. It was a brutal, messy fight in the dark. No missiles, no computers. The pirates tried to run, but they were trapped. They didn't know how to open the doors. They didn't know which way was out. They were lost inside a metal monster they didn't understand. Maynard pushed through the crowd, heading for the bridge. He found Blackbeard standing there, surrounded by dark screens and dead buttons. The Pirate King fought like a reaper, taking hit after hit, but he was outnumbered. Finally, Blackbeard fell on the bridge floor, right next to the captain's chair. The legend was over. The next morning, the British Navy did something that looked impossible. They used 4 tiny wooden ships to tow the giant demon ship back to port. It looked like a captured whale being dragged by ants. The Navy tried for years to turn the ship back on. They wanted that power for themselves. But they never found the on button. They didn't have the key. Eventually, during a massive storm, the ship hit the rocks and sank. The ship is still down there today, 40 feet deep,